Hey Pokemon Masters, Toby here, and who is the best Pokemon champion? Okay, why am I making a video? We all know it's Cynthia. Roll credits.
This is Ash Ketchum. You just watched a video, but...
Okay, no, but come on, it shouldn't come as a surprise. I don't think I'm gonna see too many of you even disagreeing with me in the comments. I mean, are you down there right now? Commenting about how Cynthia somehow isn't the best champion in all of Pokemon? Look, I know this is a franchise with lots of different Pokemon and loads of cool characters and wide variety of locations that we can all have opinions on, but Cynthia really is the best of the best. So let's find out why. Okay, and before we jump into it, the reason for this deep dive, the reason for the investigation into Cynthia is because this video has been sponsored by DNA and Pokemon Masters. Pokemon Masters, for those of you who don't know, it's a full Pokemon game that's free to play, free to download on the Google Play or App Store. You can see we got Cynthia on the very front page, the opening of the game. This game sees you and Pokemon gym leaders, trainers, Pokemon Masters from all across the Pokemon universe and even different Pokemon universes coming together to take on the Pokemon Masters League, the PML. You travel across the Isle of Pasio looking for other trainers and their sync pair partner Pokemon to team up with you in 3-on-3 real-time battles that you can either take on alone, or if you're feeling cooperative, there's cooperative play. Right now, Pokemon Masters are actually celebrating their 1 year of being out there in the world, and in the year that they've been out there, they've worked with me a few times on the channel. Personally, as well as the story and the battles, my favorite thing has just been learning about the Pokemon characters and getting new information about them, learning some bits of well-hidden bits of lore about them. And right now in the game, there is Cynthia in her Signa suit, and her suit looks like it's been inspired by her new Pokemon, Kommo-o. And this is super cool because we've never seen Cynthia have a Kommo-o before. So it's just, again, it's this evolution of her character. So what are you waiting for, Pokemon Masters? The link to download is at the top of the description. Grab it today, and thank you so much to DNA for sponsoring this video. And with that being said, Cynthia, yeah, she's got a Kommo-o now in Masters, but she did not have a Kommo-o when she first appeared in Diamond, Pearl, and in Platinum, and those are the appearances that I'm going to be focusing on in this video. She is fearsome in battle, and this isn't just retroactive. When the games first came out, she was stronger than any champion before her. And look, being the champion, naturally, she's going to be the strongest challenge in the game, but there are so many reasons that are more intricate. It's not just that she has high-level Pokemon or that they're even good Pokemon. There's just more to it than that. When you look at Cynthia, she is the head of the Sinnoh Pokemon League, consisting of Aaron, Bertha, Lucian, and Flint. Flint's the other one, I forget, because he is a fire leader, but he has like 1 fire Pokemon or 2 fire Pokemon. Yeah, Sinnoh really didn't have any fire types in Diamond and Pearl. And at the beginning of this Elite Four, you're battling level 53 Dustox and Beautifly in the hands of Aaron, and then up to level 63 with Bronzong and Lucian. There's a 10 level growth across the whole Elite Four. Now this is fractionally more than the generation before it with Hoenn, where I think there was a 9 level growth in the Elite Four, but it's more than that. This is the last time that the Elite Four was a pathway from the weakest to the strongest and then the champion. Come Generation 5, all of the Elite Four, you can battle them in any order, so their levels are all pretty stagnant, meaning that the champion is only a little bit better than all 4 of them. But let's be clear here, Cynthia is leagues better than Aaron, with half her team being over 10 levels higher, and at the highest, she's 13 levels up from his Beautify and Dustox with her Garchomp. So this is the last time in Pokemon's history where the Elite Four, the way that it's structured and the way Cynthia stands at the end of it, is this kind of, journey through 10 levels higher than where you should be in the story. But it's more than that, and it's more than just her team, which we will get to. There's build-up for Cynthia as a character. Remember Lance in Generation 1? He's like barely mentioned in the main story, if at all. He's just this dragon tamer who's at the end of the Elite Four. He does get a little bit more presence in the Johto game, but it wasn't really till Hoenn that they started giving the champions some level of story within the plot of the game. And Stephen Stone, he's just like hanging out, collecting rocks, and then suddenly has a big interest in Groudon and Kyogre at the end. But Cynthia is all about the mythical stuff from the get-go. The first time you see her, she's in Eterna City gazing at the statue of Dialga and Palkia, and by the end of the game, she's journeying with you into the Distortion world to help take on Cyrus and Giratina. And in fact, not only does she open up part of the region for you when she gives the medicine to the Psyduck, but also her very hometown is steeped in the myth of Sinnoh. It's actually at the very center of the Sinnoh region, right at the base of Mount Cornet. Her character arc is about legends. She is legendary. But she's not like some kind of unobtainable, unreachable, mythical figure. No, not at all. She's grounded in the fact that she once journeyed around Sinnoh just like you did. Much as Red makes the perfect final boss for Generation 2 because he is literally the player character from Gen 1, he is you facing yourself. Cynthia does a very similar thing. Cynthia was once just a regular trainer of the region, now facing off against legendary Pokemon. That's you in the Diamond and Pearl story. Cynthia is what you will aim to become. I think that's why her character leaves an impact. That's not what makes her strong, but there is this factor of intimidation as you walk through the halls of the Elite Four and finally you're narrowed and pushed into the champion's room. And when I say pushed, I mean if you haven't saved in the room beforehand, it's just gonna force you into dialogue with her. There is no escaping this battle. And then that music. The first little bits of piano play. It's kind of orchestral and yet there's maracas playing. I don't really get how music theory works, but all I know is this bit of music is loved by everyone in the Pokemon fandom and is possibly the best bit of battle music that exists. The battle with Cynthia is epic, and you know it's gonna be epic from the get-go. And then she sends out her first Pokemon. Don't worry, I'm a Pokemon master, you think, as she sends out Spiritomb, a Pokemon that, at this point in the game, even though it's the end, you've probably not seen it all, because guess what? No NPC in the Sinnoh region uses a Spiritomb. On top of that, the only way you would have got one is if you had got the elusive Odd Keystone and interacted in the Sinnoh Underground with other people over local Wi-Fi. I think it's like 36 times? Yeah, it's really obscure the way you get Spiritomb in those games. Either way, that's not something everyone does on their casual run-through adventure of Diamond and Pearl. So battling against Spiritomb, you've got no idea what you're up against, and that doesn't help because Spiritomb is one of 2 Pokemon that at this point, because Fairy doesn't exist yet, is not weak to anything. It has no weaknesses. So while you're trying to figure out what this Pokemon's about, it's dropping the move embargo, which means you're not using any items, nothing to boost, nothing to heal, nothing at all. Spiritomb is tough alone. It's confusing, but it's not unbeatable. It's just there to kind of throw you through the ring a bit. But following Spiritomb is Roserade, a Pokemon that was, I think, competitively incredible at the time that it came out, with a bunch of special attack moves. And if you think, oh, I'll just hit it with some psychic moves, it's got fantastic type coverage, it has the ability to poison you, but okay, you can take a Roserade. Next up, depending on if it's Diamond or Pearl or Platinum, it's Gastrodon or Togekiss, which both serve similar kinds of roles. They're bulky defense, particularly Gastrodon in this regard, but Togekiss also, again, brilliant special attacker, lots of variety on the moves. And Gastrodon comes in dropping the all-powerful Earthquake. But let's face it, these Pokemon, Gastrodon, Togekiss, Roserade, Spiritomb, they're just the warm-up. They're just the entree. At levels 63, 63, and 66, it's her next 3 Pokemon that we all know we should dread. Now, most people are already familiar with Cynthia's Garchomp. That'll be the last Pokemon on the list. So, to prepare for Garchomp, you might have brought with you Ice Pokemon or Dragon Pokemon. Those are the options that make a lot of sense. Well, you bought those Ice Mons, Lucario is the counter to that. Now, you'll have battled the Lucario earlier on against the 3rd gym leader to get your gym badge, but this Lucario is totally different. You might think, just like the 3rd gym, well, at that time you were probably trying to take out Lucario with either a Staravia or a Monferno, right? It's like the classic go-to strategy for the fighting type gym. Yeah, well in Pokemon Platinum, they give Lucario Stone Edge to counter both of those Pokemon. And actually, that Stone Edge, it's not on Lucario and Diamond and Pearl, but it is on Gastrodon. So they just move it around to make sure Lucario's got the right kind of coverage. Milotic is next with all of the bulk that it needs. A Miracle, a Marvel Scale, in Platinum version it's got Aqua Tail. This Pokemon is about looking after itself, health preservation, and as a run-up to her final Pokemon. First of all, it knows Ice Beam, so it's going to aim to get rid of any Dragon Pokemon you bought to take on her Garchomp later. But also, Milotic has special significance. Again, it's an intimidation thing. Milotic is the signature Pokemon of Wallace, either the final gym leader or final champion, depending on if it's Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald that you played. This to a lot of people will be one of the stronger trainers that you're comparing Cynthia against, and here she is just rocking Milotic like it's the second, most powerful Pokemon on her team. And again, battling Milotic here for players who are new to Diamond and Pearl and Platinum is going to be difficult because it's not a very common Pokemon to turn up. It's actually much the same with Lucario. Lucario you will have only got if you took Riley's egg from Iron Island, which is actually a totally optional part of the plot. By using Pokemon that you don't encounter much in your adventure, Cynthia sets herself apart from not only other trainers, but also from yourself by giving you challenges that hopefully you haven't faced before. And that leads us in perfectly to her final Pokemon, Garchomp. Cynthia and her Garchomp, they are the dynamic duo, they are the team that everyone fears and everyone wants to be like. Just like getting a Spiritomb or a Milotic or a Lucario or a Togekiss, in order to get this Pokemon, you would have needed to have gone a little bit off the beaten path of the main adventure, or trained a Pokemon that you got from an egg. In fact, you would have needed to go underneath the cycling road to a specific bit of cave that has a hidden entrance for a low chance of catching a Gible, and then level it up to the point where it's strong enough to battle a Garchomp. Which, unless you're investing entirely into this Gible throughout your whole adventure, your Garchomp is probably going to be in the level 50s around this point, not level 66. And yeah, this Garchomp, it's got extra health because it's got Citrus Berry. Milotic and Lucario act as defenders against the types that would be strong against it. It's got powerful moves like Earthquake and Giga Impact. It's even got Brick Break to help it counter other ice Pokemon, but the move that defines Garchomp is Dragon Rush. Okay, the accuracy leaves a little bit to be desired here, but the pure strength of this move, plus the ability to make your Pokemon flinch, means that if this Garchomp hits your Garchomp first, or whatever else you bought, I don't know, maybe if you're playing Platinum you bought an Altaria, maybe, that's the only other Dragon option you have, Garchomp is just going to be a pain to deal with, and I think it's those memories, those flashbacks to this battle that really kind of allow Cynthia to stand out from other powerful trainers. And even if you're playing really smart and you're looking at the options that you have available to you, the three options that you have for having Pokemon that are stronger than hers are not really your starter Pokemon, which are most likely to be your more powerful on your team. No, they're Ice Pokemon, which you don't catch until Snowpoint City, by which time your team is probably already full. Dragon Pokemon, which again, your options are Gible, which is well hidden, or I guess Swablu if you're playing Platinum, which is so much weaker than a Garchomp. Or you cheese it and bring Dialga, Palkia, or Giratina, which if you do that, fair enough. I know not everyone uses legendary Pokemon on their adventures, I do sometimes. And yeah, okay, that is totally a way to cheese it, but I promise you that her Garchomp is still gonna put up a good fight even against Dialga and Palkia. All of this is what made people fall in love with Cynthia. That coupled with the fact that she reappears in Pokemon Black and White and Black and White 2, she reappears in the mythical Arceus event that was never really released in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. The fact that following champions and Elite Four structures just didn't have the same kind of build-up all leads to Cynthia being just a wonderful part of Pokemon's history. Definitely my favorite champion. I imagine for a lot of you it's the same. And yeah, I'm looking forward to finding out more about her, whether that's in future remake games, that'd be really cool, or of course in Pokemon Masters with her Komodo. Like, where'd you catch Komodo? In Galar, maybe? And speaking of Cynthia and her Komodo, thank you so much to DNA for sponsoring this video. Again, make sure you click that link at the top of the description, head on over to the Google Play or Apple Store and get your copy of the game today. It's free. With that being said, thank you for watching. Who should I do next in this kind of series? Should I be covering? Is there anyone I've like totally missed? I feel like I've done videos about a lot of the heavy hitters now, but Cynthia was one I definitely wanted to cover. And with that being said, soar high, Pokemon Masters.
This is Ash Ketchum. You just watched a video by Birdkeeper Toby. That makes you a Pokemon Master!
A special thank you to those you supporting this channel on Patreon, including the big patrons of the month, Nick Charles and Bug Catcher J. Thanks, heroes.